Hello and welcome to another episode of Comprehensible English Hour. Today's video will talk about adjectives and adverbs, or words we can use to describe. We will start today with words that we use very often in English to describe things that happen or objects. Let's go ahead and begin with probably the most used words in English for describing. We have bad and good. However, we can use badly to talk about actions. I run badly. I work badly. I read badly. These are things I do not do very well. We also have the word good. Good is the opposite of bad. However, when we talk about actions like running, reading, eating, we do not say we read goodly. We do not say we read goodly. Instead, we can say we read well. We run well. We eat well. We use well for actions. Instead, we can use the word good when we talk about objects. That is a good book. That was a good apple. We can use bad the same way. That was a bad person. It is a bad book. That was a bad class. Next, we have small and big. The mouse is small. The elephant is big. Small, big. We can also say small and large. When we talk about small and large and big mean the same thing, but we can use it for different objects. But for me, big and large can be used interchangeably. I can say a big shirt or a large shirt. We use large more often, but I can also say big shirt and it would not be incorrect. Large is just more common. In the middle, I have a horse. For an object or a thing that is in between small and big or large, the middle would be medium. The horse is a medium-sized animal. The mouse is a small animal. The elephant is a big animal. This is a caterpillar and a snake. The caterpillar is short compared to the snake. The caterpillar is shorter than the snake. The snake is longer than the caterpillar. We use ER or when we compare two things. The caterpillar is shorter than the snake. The snake is longer than the caterpillar. Now we have distances. When we see things in a picture or outside, we use distance to talk about how far away things are. I am near, or I am near the boat, but I think in my head I am on the boat. Instead, I can say, I am near the front of the boat. I can also say, I am close to the front of the boat. Then I see that I am far away from the trees. I am close to the front of the boat. I am far away from the trees. I am also near the front of the boat. Near and close can be used the same way. Now, I have different drinks. I have a soda, I have a coffee, and I have a tea. In this picture, we will talk about temperature. How hot, how cold are the drinks? The soda is the coldest drink. The tea is the hottest drink compared to the others. The soda is the coldest, the tea is the hottest. The soda is colder than the coffee. The tea is hotter than the coffee. I can also say that this coffee, compared to this cold drink and this hot drink, is warm. This coffee is warm. It is not too hot and it is not too cold. It is warm. It is the temperature in the middle. Next, I will talk about some confusion with words that talk about age or how old something is. We do not use the same words when we talk about a young baby or a young person and a new object. These two things are different. However, when we talk about age with people and age for objects, they will use the same word. This is an old person or an older person. And this is an old pair of shoes. They can both be old. But when I talk about a person, I do not usually use the word new. We use the word young. This is a young person. This is a young baby. This is a new pair of shoes. I would never say a young pair of shoes. We do not use young for objects that are not alive. This is a new pair of shoes. This baby is young. This woman is old. The baby is younger than the woman. The woman is older than the baby. This pair of shoes is newer than this pair of shoes, and this pair of shoes is older than this pair of shoes. All right. Lastly, we have clean and dirty. Clean means there is not a lot of dirt, that it is cleaned often, like the verb to clean. Dirty means it is not clean. For example, her hands are very dirty. In fact, her hands have lots of dirt on them. But we have another word that I would say would go in between. Clean means there is nothing dirty. Dirty means mostly everything is not clean. Most things are not clean, or everything is not clean. In the middle, we have the word messy. Messy can also be unorganized. It is not very clean, but it is also not very dirty. So it's not very clean, but it's also not very dirty. It's messy. This is a mess. All right. Thank you for watching today's episode. Hopefully this helped you a lot with our more basic adjectives, our basic describing words, and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.